for the regular season finale. Southern Columbia won the toss, and they are deciding to take the football, unlike last week where they deferred. Southern Columbia head coach Jim Roth obviously wants to see his offense on the field, an offense that was dominant last week. Maybe not quite as dominant as the defense, but to score 61 points, obviously you have to be doing something right. And Casey, I'm not going to be surprised in the least bit if the Tigers don't start the game with an emphasis on throwing the football, with the game getting out of hand as quickly as it did last week. Aiden Hockenbrock only had the opportunity to throw 3 passes. One of them was a 16-yard touchdown pass to fellow junior Blaze Kissinger.
Yeah, and especially the ground game has been firing on all cylinders here of late, so I think head coach Jim Roth for sure is going to want to get this passing game going, get the ball into the hands of some of his playmakers on the outside, like junior wide receiver Blaze Kissinger, junior tight end Jace Malakowski. They each lead the Tigers with 12 receptions on the year. Also wouldn't be surprised to see him feed Nate Gallagher, maybe even Garcia or Andrews out of the backfield.
Being ready to kick off the pigskin is sophomore Ryan DePhillips, back deep for the Tigers, senior Braden Andrews, and sophomore Grady Garcia. If you're just joining us, Garcia, first 4-touchdown game of his career last week. It's going to be a pooch kick taken at the 17 by Andrews. Andrews is out to the 20, switches field. It's going to be thrown down right at the 20. Excellent coverage by the Braves there as the Tigers are going to get it in about what would be a touchback. They're going to spot it at the 21.
Yeah, Maddox Hoover, a good job there in pursuit, staying in his lane for the Shikellamy Braves. So Southern Columbia going to have to go the traditional 80 or so yards, same as it would be in a high school touchback. We'll see what Jim Roth, if he wants to go near early here on this opening possession.
Hayden Hockenbrock, Jr., under center for the Tigers. He's thrown 11 touchdown passes, 3 interceptions. All 3 of them came in the opener. It's going to be a handoff to Garcia, who we just talked about. And not much doing. He's going to lose a couple of yards. Great start by this Shikellamy defense, throwing Garcia for a loss of about 3.
Yeah, Willie Bender there, it looked like, able to get to the perimeter, stop Garcia on that jet sweep motion going towards the far sideline. Garcia, like Dave mentioned, a big game a week ago, who's really been coming on for Southern Columbia. Over 470 yards now, with the team leading 12 touchdowns on the campaign.
It'll be a design keeper by Hockenbrock, and he's not fooling anyone as he's going to lose 3 more, so it's going to be a 3rd and 16 for the Tigers.
Yeah, and then you see maybe a little bit. For me, it's interesting, Dave. They moved Braylon Smith to the right tackle. John Quinton, the senior captain, who was starting at right tackle, down to the right guard spot. Well, that time, that right side of the line got beat. Smith was unable to keep the edge from the backfield, and all of a sudden, Southern Columbia back way behind the sticks here on 3rd down.
That was Bender again on the tackle, so 2 tackles for loss for him. We have an official timeout here. Looks like they're making a player, Aleem Haynes, coming out. He'll be replaced by Tristan Yarger at the cornerback position, so we'll see if the Tigers pick on him. They don't have a receiver to his side. Blaze Kissinger is wide to the right. Tight end is Jace Malakowski on the left. So it's 3rd down and 16. Play fake, pass. It's going to be complete to Braden Andrews out around midfield. So Andrews is going to take it from the 16 to the Braves 48, a gain of 36. 1st down for the Tigers.
And they finally got the backside post play to work, Dave. We've been watching it all year. It's been open so many times. They just haven't been able to connect. But that time, perfectly thrown ball from Hockenbrock to his halfback, Braden Andrews. High points the ball. Andrews over 100 yards receiving on the season now, and the Tigers pick up a big conversion.
1st and 10 Tigers from the 48 here early on. Handoff to Andrews. Not much doing. He does get out to about the 45 for a pickup of 3.
Yep. Boy, that viral post play, Dave, how many times have we seen that this year where they just were just a step off either in the receiver's direction or maybe the throw was a little behind them, but that time couldn't have executed any better in a big, big spot there.
Andrews a couple weeks ago became the 28th Southern Columbia running back to go over 2,000 career rushing yards. 2nd and 7 from the 45. Kissinger out wide to the left this time. Straight dive to the fullback. Williams has a first down inside the 35. Takes it to the 33 for a pickup of 12. Another first down for the Tigers.
Yeah, the best blocked play of the night for Southern Columbia so far. A lot of room to run. Williams with some good vision takes it and cuts it back up through the middle of the field to the right side. Really successful play there on that Tigers' second down rushing attempt.
1st and 10. Handoff to Garcia. He's trying to get to the outside on the left. Good block by Quinton. He's going to be inside the 20 where he's knocked out of bounds, and that's going to bring up our first red zone opportunity. This red zone potential scoring drive is driven by Blaze Alexander, Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram Fiat of Lewisburg, helping you score big on savings.
Dave, we said about how the switch between Quinton and Smith there caused maybe a leak in the backfield on a previous play. That time, John Quinton as the pulling right guard now, just clearing out space in that second level for Garcia.
Garcia picked up 14 thanks to Scott Dudinsky of the Daily Item. Hockenbrock looking, firing, and it's going to be incomplete, intended for Kissinger. Good coverage by Maddox Hoover.
Yeah, 50-50 ball there. Hoover and Kissinger tangled up right there near the pylon. Give them a lot of credit. Was able to get a pass breakup on that, prevent the Tigers from getting into the end zone here on this opening drive.
If you're just joining us, 8:56 to go in the first quarter. Scoreless game. Tigers have a 2nd and 10 from the Brave 19-yard line. Hockenbrock hands it off to Andrews. Bounces it to the outside, but he's going to be brought down for a loss. Good play there by the defensive tackle, Avery Carge.
Yeah, Carge does a good job there pursuing from the weak side. Andrews is looking for someone to cut that back up. But a lot of credit there as he was able to bring him down around the ankles coming from that weak side.
3rd and 11 from the 20. We haven't seen any field goal attempts this season yet for the Tigers. So I'd assume this is 4-down territory. Hockenbrock's under center. Pitches it to Andrews on the left. He's got a seam. Close to first down yardage. He's at the 9, it appears, maybe the 10. So I think he's going to be, based off the spot, a half a yard short as he picks up 10.
Yeah, they go to that weak side pitch there, get a lot of good blocks from the left side of the Tigers' offensive line. Again, into the second level of the Braves' defense. Brings up 4th and short here. Heavy package in for the Tigers.
Double tight end set. 4th and 1 for the Tigers from the 10. Hockenbrock keeps himself, and he's got a surge. Picks up enough for the first down. He needed just a yard. He got 3 on the play to move the sticks for the 4th time on this opening drive.
Yeah, and you don't always see Southern Columbia go to that quarterback sneak in those really short yardage areas, but that time, a no-brainer as Hockenbrock easily is able to pick up enough for the first down.
1st and goal, Tigers from the 7.
Let's see if they might try to get a red zone passing play in here, Dave. I wouldn't be shocked to see that on first down here.
Across the front for Southern Columbia.
It's going to be a pass attempt, and it's incomplete. You were right, Casey. It looks like it was intended for Malachowski, the tight end. Andrews was open as well. Incomplete pass brings up 2nd and goal from the 7.
Yeah, they go play action there. They fake the sweep, almost just a shortened version of the big play they picked up earlier to Andrews. Andrews on that backside post just sort of flattens it out near the back of the end zone. Figured we'd see a look there. You know, you want to be able to have some options as you head into the playoffs, just if needed, to be able to throw the ball in some tight areas.
7:13 on the clock. Hand off to Williams. Williams is hit immediately. He does fall forward to about the 5, where Carg again in on the stop. They're actually going to mark him at the 6, so a gain of just a yard on the play.
Yeah, Carg having a really nice opening drive here, making some plays near or even behind the line of scrimmage for the Shikellamy Braves defensive front.
3rd and goal from the 6. Tigers have ate up nearly 5.5 minutes on their opening drive.
Hockenbrock Hands it off.
Handoff goes to Andrews. He's looking for an opening, and he gets into the end zone for the Tiger touchdown. 6-yard scamper by the senior puts Southern Columbia in front with 6:34 to go in the opening quarter.
Yeah, really nice job there by the right side of that Tigers offensive line, giving Andrews some cutback abilities. He did a great job of finding the space there, getting his head down, getting the 6 the Tigers needed.
So Andrews had that 36-yarder to set up the first down as Shadow's kick is up and good, and Andrews finishes it off. 7-0 Tigers. We'll be back in 30 seconds.
You've been thinking about going back to school to learn a skill that will get you ready for a good local job? Did you know that there are 8,000 job openings in central Pennsylvania, including certified nursing assistant, welding, and wood manufacturing? Susquehanna Valley Technical Institute is coming soon, offering the courses that will get you ready. Visit them on the web at svtec.institute or call 272-200-5696 and leave a voicemail to find out more.
Back here as Southern Columbia used up 5 minutes and 26 seconds on that opening drive. Andrews scores from 6 yards out. Good start for the Tigers, Casey.
Yeah, an impressive drive, Dave, because they got into some third and longs, and they were able to convert through both the air and the ground when they needed to. Really impressive to keep that drive going.
13-play drive to start things off as the kick is going to land at about the 10. It's taken by Pollock there, the speedster at the 6. Not much running room as he's tackled at the 15-yard line by junior Nolan Wittig.
Yeah, so now we get a chance to see this Tiger defense, this front that shut out one of the highest scoring teams and one of the most prolific passing teams in the area in Bloomsburg a week ago. We'll see with Shikellamy quarterback Brody Raybuck and some of his skill guys like Thomas Pollock on the outside are able to crack the code, maybe generate some offense against what has been an extremely stout defense for the Tigers.
Senior quarterback has accumulated over 2,000 yards of offense between throwing the ball and being the leading rusher as well. He's in a shotgun set here. Raybuck back to pass, looking, firing, incomplete. Intended for his top target, Pollock, who comes in with 59 catches. That certainly should have been his 60th, but it went through his hands. Looked like he was looking upfield. Incomplete.
Yeah, certainly had an opportunity there on the stop route and in single coverage to get it to him. Tigers electing to go with Chase Malakowski at D-end and bumping Ethan Mikowski into tackle to start things off right off the bat here tonight.
No huddle as Shikellamy's back to pass again. Raybuck looks, completes it, breaks a tackle out across the 30 is Corbin Stahl, takes it out to the 32, a pickup of 17.
Yeah, so on these two opening plays, they just go to some quick stop routes, just 5 to 7 yards. Wide receiver hits the brakes, ball on the way, just to try to get a little bit of a rhythm going there. Tigers were lucky they had some pursuit because Kissinger missed the tackle on the far side.
Trips to the near side. Pollock on an island on the right side as Raybuck's got Luke Keeley to his left in shotgun. Keeley's going out, so it's going to be 4 receivers to the left. Raybuck looks, fires, intended for a diving Pollock, falls incomplete.
And there you can see Andy Mills, the defensive coordinator for Southern Columbia, already starting to dial up a little pressure, bringing his middle linebacker on the blitz. That internal time clock for Raybuck is ticking quick. A clear game plan here for Shikellamy to try to get the ball out quickly, avoid the number of sacks that we've seen the Southern Columbia defense rack up in recent weeks.
2nd and 10. Clock stopped at 6 minutes, 12 seconds. Tigers leading 7-0. Braves have a second down coming up. Same formation, shotgun. Receiver goes in motion. We have a flag here, and it's going to be a false start for our first penalty of the game. 5 yards the opposite direction for the Braves will make it 2nd and 15.
And there you see that pressure. The Tigers walk both middle linebackers right up into the A-gap, showing blitz heavy there, like they're going to bring all 6 of the guys up front. Just a little bit antsy was that Shikellamy offensive line. Creates that penalty. And now, after a nice first down, you're backed up behind the sticks.
2nd and 15 from the 27.
Brody will send Feldman in motion and then
Back to pass. Raybuck looks, fires. This one's complete to Raybuck. Raybuck completes it to Pollock. He's in a foot race. He's at the 15. He's at the 10. Finally going to be brought down inside the 5 as Nate Gallagher missed a tackle, and it's a big gainer for Thomas Pollock.
Yeah, we talked about it in the pregame. Pollock has some speed to burn. And early on, these Shikellamy wide receivers had shown that they're going to be tough to bring down in the open field. The second missed tackle that they've generated already, that time they're able to convert it into a big, big gain all the way down inside the red zone. Goal to go now for the Braves, looking to match an early Southern Columbia touchdown with one of their own.
Pollock took it 68 yards, and this red zone potential scoring drive is driven by Blaze Alexander, Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram Fiat of Lewisburg, helping you score big on savings. Shotgun again. It's going to be a pitch. Call it an inside run to...
I think he called that one a pass.
Yeah, he did.
Haynes tossed it forward.
So Haynes with a catch of... What are we giving him there? 1 yard.
Ball spotted at the 5, so good job by the Southern Columbia edge there to really not allow Shikellamy to get that going. You see that play run more and more now throughout the ranks, high school, collegiate, and the NFL.
Well, it certainly brings up the quarterback's completion percentage.
No doubt about that.
So Raybuck again in shotgun. This time he has Tristan Smith to his right, 2 receivers to each side. Raybuck straight, drop back, looking, firing, incomplete, intended for his favorite target, Pollock, who got them in deep into Tiger territory. Good coverage there by Blaze Kissinger, though.
Yeah, good coverage by Kissinger, and a really good rush there on the outside from the Tigers' outside linebacker, Caius Morrow. He got home, really, again, sped up that pass. So here we see, again, what we were talking about for Southern Columbia on their red zone trip. It gets hard to complete passes when you get this tight into the red zone. You don't have to worry about that speed quite as much. Can they convert here? 2 more downs to do it.
3rd and goal from the 5 with 4:40 showing on the clock. Pollock in motion. It's going to be Raybuck up the middle. He's going to keep it himself and score on a 5-yard touchdown run, an extra point away from tying this game up.
Yeah, great play call there. They bring Pollock in motion across to the far side. Tigers defense focused on him. Raybuck fakes the sweep, keeps it himself, and a very impressive answer there from the Shikellamy Braves. Again, coming off 2 consecutive losses, really wanted to right the ship heading into the District 4 4A playoffs. They matched Southern Columbia early on, 4:35 to go here in the first, an extra point away from tying this game at 7.
That's the first run and the only run of the drive from 5 yards out. It was a 7-play scoring drive. High snap. Kick is up. Kick is good. With 4:35 to go in the first quarter, Tigers 7, Braves 7. We'll be back in 30 seconds.
And it's summer talking something.
You show us the shoulder pain? Do you experience pain, numbness, or tingling in your underlies? Is your lifestyle hampered by headaches? If so, you could be like tens of thousands of other people who have found peace from other ailments through chiropractic care. Get the full oversee of the mini chiropractic clinic from the United Street Shoulder. 570-644-2225 to schedule your appointment. Most insurance is accepted, including workers' compensation. That phone number again is 570-644. You're listening to the flag. So after the Tigers ate up nearly 6 minutes on their opening drive, the Braves needed less than 2 minutes to score to tie this game up here in Sunbury as D. Phillips set to kick it off. It's going to be a pooch kick taken by Morrow at the 38. He breaks a tackle. He's at the 40. He's at the 50. He's at the 40, the 30, the 20, the 10. And Caius Morrow takes it all the way 62 yards for the touchdown. Wow. There's a flag, though.
However, it's going to be after the play, Dave, down here. There's a scuffle down 70 yards away from the play. Unbelievable. Shikellamy trying to avoid the big play where they pooch one right to Morrow, who catches it basically in stride and can take off. Shikellamy only a couple guys there to stop him. Nobody could catch Morrow, and he takes it to the house for 6.
Well, Casey, it looks like they are bringing the ball back. Now they're calling a touchdown.
Yeah, I was watching it here, Dave. There was some extracurricular after the touchdown. Ref threw the flag well after the touchdown was scored.
So Morrow, who's in the second line, isn't expecting to touch the ball, and he takes it 62 yards to the house.
And interestingly enough, as successful as the Southern Columbia return game has been all year, that's the first kick return for touchdown that they have, and it's not even Andrews or Garcia, their primary kick returners.
And Garcia did have a punt return for a touchdown. Now, Southern Columbia's had 7 touchdowns called back this season already. A couple have been on special teams, but you're right. So now, Shadle looking to kick the extra point.
Ball at 66 on the return.
Waiting here as I think they're seeing if they want to take the 15 yards on the try after, or I don't know. They're talking here. They're going to go over to the coach and ask him if they want to take it on the extra point of 15 yards to force the Tigers to go for 2, or on the kickoff.
Wait, that penalty was on Southern Columbia, Dave?
Yeah. I didn't see it. You saw it. It was between Chase Williams and I don't know who the Brave player was. Extra point by Shadle is up. Extra point is good. So just 10 seconds later, the Tigers regain the lead. They lead 14-7 with 4:25 to go in the first quarter. So now Shadle, with the 15-yard penalty, will be taking his kickoff from his own 25-yard line. Should be great field position here for Shikellamy.
Yeah, Dave, if you're the Braves, you gotta... I mean, you feel great. You drove down the field and matched the Southern Columbia touchdown, but holy... You know, it only took 10 seconds for Southern Columbia to match it with the pooch kick return. Might have to rethink that kickoff strategy there. Is that one? You know, sometimes you see those low driving squibs that take a while and the coverage team could get down there. That time there was only 2 or 3 coverage guys that were even in position to make a tackle on Morrow.
Shadle's kicking it off. It's going to be taken by the return man at the 27. And he's only going to get out to about the 33. That's Haynes on the return. So considering the circumstance, great coverage there by the Tigers.
Oh, all things considered there after taking it back 15 yards. I mean, pretty good job by Shadle in this Tigers kickoff unit. So, all right, let's see if Blicky Richbuck can orchestrate another scoring drive. You're going to have to score points if you want to keep up with this Tiger offense. First drive, a big success getting it into the speedy playmakers. I'm sure we're going to see more of that here to start the second drive.
That's Xavier Baker-Allen, the Shamokin transfer on the return there. So Shikellamy has the ball from their 33, thanks to Scott Vadinsky for that insight. Baker-Allen was on the Shamokin basketball team last year that made the state quarterfinals. Raybuck pitches it. Not much running room is his running back, Tristan Smith, going to have. Might have got a yard. Yeah, he does, out to the 34.
Yeah, it was Malakowski in there. Again, the tight end converted to defensive end. Dave, he hasn't played much the end on the season, and primarily in passing situations. 9 tackles, 5 of them for a loss coming into today. So safe to say he's been effective in his short time playing defensive end.
Chase Williams back in for him. Williams sat that play out, I'm sure, as a punishment for the personal foul. Shotgun again. Haven't been under center, and we don't expect to see it for the Braves. Raybuck back to pass. Got some time, looking, firing. Pass is complete to Pollock.
That was incomplete, I think, Dave.
Well, the way they're marking it.
Oh, that thing was rolling around the turf. Oh, my goodness.
It's going to be a 3-yard completion, but we'll see what the foul is. The Braves are going backwards as it's a hold against the Braves.
David, we already see adjustments being made by defensive coordinator Andy Mills of the Tigers. Opening possession, playing a single high safety look, really trying to get pressure on the Shikellamy passing game. They've already gone to a 2-safety look here now on the second drive, trying to help their corners out, deal with some of these speedy Shikellamy receivers. Braden Andrews comes on to play that second safety along with junior Caden Zachman.
So Andrews in, replacing one of the inside linebackers for the Tigers. Nolan Wittig is out. Raybuck, a design keeper here. He's got a running room out to the 27-yard line. So he takes it from the 24 out to the 27 for a pickup of 3.
Here you just see where these holding penalties are such drive killers, Dave. Instead of picking up a couple yards on that catch to make it, second or third and manageable, now you're, even after picking up a couple yards, you're still third and 14, 15. Put the Tigers now in more of a preventative defense. Going to be tough to throw the ball down the field, I think, into this 2-safety look.
Tigers leading 14-7 with 2:20 left in the first quarter. From the 27, Raybuck has an open formation, looking, firing as a wide open receiver at the 50. He's all the way inside the 40, still spinning, and it looks like there's a fumble on the play.
Hopefully they'll say he was down because he ripped the ball out.
The officials are ruling him down.
Helmy, I think, with the reception. So the ball was at the 27.
Officials have already ruled that it's Shikellamy ball, Dave.
Okay, so took it from the 27 to the... Did they spot it yet?
Yep, it's at the 38.
Okay, so 27 to 38 is 35 yards.
Incredible miscommunication there by the Southern Columbia defense. A streaker running wide open down the middle of the field. Can't have that happen when you're playing 2 safeties over the top.
Over 100 yards passing in the first quarter for Raybuck. Looking, firing, completes it to Felmy again as he reaches forward near the 30. Picks up 8 more after picking up 35 on the previous play.
Really in rhythm early on here is Raybuck. As good as we've seen a quarterback play against the Southern Columbia defense early on, and the Tigers have faced a number of good quarterbacks in recent weeks especially, but Raybuck really slinging it here, hitting his receivers on time and on target consistently.
Minute left in this first quarter, 2nd and 2 from the Tiger 30. Trips to the left, Pollock on an island, out to the right. Back to pass is Raybuck, and it's broken up by Chase Williams. Good thing for the Tigers because Caleb O'Connor was running wide open out of the backfield there.
Yep, they had O'Connell on the roll route, and he was wide open. It was going to be tough for Talon Pyatt to get to him from that middle linebacker spot. Williams, he just does it all. He has 2 pass deflections on the year. Give him another one there. Leads the Tigers team in tackles for loss, sacks, hurries. I mean, he's been an outstanding...
Has blocked 4 punts.
Blocked 4 punts is maybe the most incredible stat. I mean, that's just seemingly impossible to do on a consistent basis, but yet he does it.
3rd down and 2, 50 seconds to go in the opening quarter. Raybuck design keeper. He's pushing the pile forward. He did not get the first down. Give him a yard. It's going to be 4th down and 1.
Shikellamy, not a lot of... Go ahead, Bill.
They're not going to have to run another play, so they can hold on and talk about this after the quarter break. Casey, what you're going to say?
Well, you just don't see a lot of diversity in play calls there, the Shikellamy offense running the football. It seems like it's just either a Raybuck to the right, Raybuck to the left. Gets tough to convert some of these shorter yard situations. We'll see what they come up with, though. Like Dave said, they're going to take this to the end of the quarter.
And they will do that. After 1 quarter of action, Southern Columbia 14, Shikellamy 7. We'll be back. Back here to start the second quarter. Shikellamy, big 4th and 1 coming up for the Braves offense here as they trail by a touchdown after the opening 12 minutes. See if Raybuck is in shotgun again or if he goes up to the line of scrimmage.
Looks like they got him under center here, Dave.
For the first time this game, he is.
Oh, boy.
And Shikellamy jumped. They were trying to get the Tiger defense to jump, but instead, they false start.
Yeah, just a back-breaking mistake there. Tough one for Shikellamy. And what's been another very encouraging drive for them. Now they're going to have to go back to the playbook. Certainly would expect to see something to the perimeter here to one of their speedy wide receivers to try to get this 4th down.
4th and 6 now from the 34. Two receivers to each side. Raybuck, straight drop back, looking, firing, and it's complete to Pollock. He breaks a tackle inside the 20, nearing the 10-yard line. He takes it from the 34 to the 11 for a pickup of 23.
I mean, plain and simple, Dave, this Shikellamy passing game is finding some spots in this Tiger defense where there's a lot of space, and they're finding the space and connecting on it when they do. A huge fourth down conversion there.
But it's Pollock.
Extraordinarily.
Oh, that was not Pollock. I apologize. That was Felmy, his third catch of the game.
Yeah, just extraordinary execution there.
Pollock gets a catch this time as he's inside the 10. So that'll be Pollock's second catch of the game, as this red zone potential scoring drive is driven by Blaze Alexander, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, Fiat of Lewisburg, helping you score big on savings. So 4-yard pickup there.
Yeah, I mean, just how impressive has the Shikellamy offense been through their opening two drives? They've been executing at a really high level.
And Felmy comes in, Casey, 19 catches on the season. He's got 3 already in the first 14 minutes of action. 2nd and 6 from the 7. Raybuck back to pass. Looking, firing, and it's going to be caught for, yes it is, caught for a touchdown, and it is Felmy, as looked like Caden Zachman came up with it, but they're going to give Felmy the 7-yard touchdown catch. And for Felmy, that's his first touchdown catch of the season.
Wow, Felmy having a breakout performance here in the regular season finale. Zachman was in there, tried to wrestle it away from him, but Felmy had possession of it when he came down in the end zone, so the touchdown stands. And this Shikellamy Braves offense, they found a thing or two here they like, and they're putting on an impressive showing here in this first half.
So the first touchdown catch of the season, but it is going to be a blocked extra point, so the Tigers will stay in front, 14-13, 10:37 to go in the first half. We'll be back. So, Dave Fegley here along with Casey Savitsky. And Casey, we're in for a battle here in Week 10 of the high school football season between two teams that will be playing in the postseason. That was Felmy's first offensive touchdown of the year.
Yeah, how about them finding Felmy, getting him a role in this offense? I mean, really having a big night tonight. Not somebody the Tigers were extraordinarily focused on, but carrying the Shikellamy offense so far.
Kick is going to bounce into the end zone for a touchback, so the Tigers will start from their 20. They haven't been on offense in quite some time, Casey, as the second time they were supposed to get the ball, Morrow returned it to the house for the kickoff return.
Yeah, well, you got to remember, Dave, they scored on their opening possession, so they drive down the field and score, then Shikellamy scores, then the special team score, and then another long Shikellamy drive. So they've had some time to sit over there and develop what they're going to do here on this second drive for them tonight.
Nobody got the ball in the end zone. Now they're finally retrieving it as the official wait for him to get off the field. So with the lead for the Tigers, 14-13, handoff goes to Andrews. He's out near the 30. He's going to get across to the 31 for an 11-yard pickup and a first down.
Braden Andrews, Dave, we talked about him a little bit. He's been the Tigers' leading rusher on the season. Coming into tonight, 736 rushing yards and 96 receiving yards. Gone over 100 receiving now after his long catch today. 10 total touchdowns in that department. He's also been lethal in the return game, averaging over 37 yards a kick return and 32 yards a punt return.
Handoff goes to Garcia. Not much running room as he's going to take it out to the 34 for a pickup of 3.
Quick score update here for you from Kent Memorial Stadium in the battle for the coal bucket. Mount Carmel has taken a 14-7 lead over the Indians of Shamokin.
Indians looking to retain the bucket for the first time since Bill Clinton was in office. New back in for the Tigers is Caden Hopper, and I didn't think he went down, but they're calling him down at the 36. Looked like he had his hand down, and he was running, but The official on the near side called him down. So pickup of 2 for Hopper. Big 3rd and 5 here coming up.
Yeah, no doubt, Dave. You want to be able to sustain a drive here to keep your defense on the field to try to figure out some adjustments that can be made. Southern Columbia converted a lot on that first drive. First big test here.
3rd and 5. Reverse from Garcia to Andrews. Andrews is going to try and get the edge, but he's ripped down after a gain of 2 yards. 4th and 3, punting situation coming up for the Tigers.
Outstanding in there from Shikellamy. Dave, were you able to catch a number on that?
Think that was once again, Casey, Bender.
Wow, Bender. I mean, outstanding. Andrews might still be running if he wasn't able to catch him from behind. There was a lot of green turf and some blockers in front of him. Huge stop there for the Braves and Bender.
So Shadle will be kicking inside his own 20 as the Tigers only have 10 guys out in the field. Joey Williams comes in. 8 on the play clock. Shadle gets it blocked. I don't know who blocked that. There's the block on that.
I couldn't see it, Dave, but look how Shikellamy, everything going right for the Braves here right now as they blocked a punt attempt from Shadle. There's been some delays and a bit of issues in that Tigers punting game we've seen in recent weeks, but that time they get the block, and all the momentum in the world right now is with this Braves team reclaiming the ball with an opportunity to strike and take their first lead in this football game.
So that block was Jackson Kashuba.
That's running. Drive all day.
Stunning turn of events here from Shikellamy, Dave.
Shikellamy, excellent field position from the 28-yard line.
2 on the play clock, 1 on the play clock.
And Shikellamy is going to have to take a timeout, and so will we. We'll take a 30-second timeout. 8 minutes, 4 seconds to go in the first half. Tigers 14, Braves 13, but they're threatening to score to take their first lead of the game.
This is radio the best sports coverage in the valley. We get some of our sorry, it's a nice little coverage. If you use that in edition from the news or sport commerce. I'll be glad you'll send and there you subscribe and have delivered to your front door. Also, change the insurance is also available for you to delay and subscribe to the mail. Visit news.com for details. The news there. Now, long time is bigger.
So we're back here, and Shikellamy has lost their last 2 games to 2 teams that the Tigers have handled in Bloomsburg and Danville, but they have certainly put those losses behind them as they are giving the Tigers all they can handle here in the first half. 1st and 10 from the Tiger 28. Pollock goes in motion. Raybeck's going to keep it, breaks a tackle. He's at the 25. He's at the 20, and he's going to score. 1-play drive, 28-yard touchdown by Raybeck.
Outstanding run there from Raybeck. This Shikellamy Braves team firing on all cylinders. They got the home crowd fired up here on senior night as they're preparing to shock the district and shock the state with a monumental upset over Southern Columbia. They take their first lead of the game. And Southern Columbia looks a bit out of sorts, Dave. They don't have guys on the field in the correct times. Players are picking up costly personal fouls, missing tackles and missing assignments. They're going to have to get this cleaned up because clearly this Shikellamy Braves team came here to play tonight.
And they're going to go for 2 after having the PAT blocked on their previous touchdown. Raybeck back to pass. Looking, firing, and he completes it to Pollock for the 2-point conversion. Braves lead 21-14 with 7:55 to go in the first half. We'll be back as the Braves are in front 21-14. Kick is going to be taken at the 19-yard line by Caden Hopper, and he's going to get out to about the 25 where the Tigers will start. They're going to mark it the 26. Great coverage by the Brave defenders.
Yeah, and you could just see it on the football field right now. Shikellamy playing with a lot of fire and passion here on senior night with the momentum on their side, flying to the ball. Southern Columbia, their sideline looks a bit flat. The stands look a bit flat over there as we look across the field. They're going to need to make a play or string together a couple good first downs here to get things rolling.
Handoff goes to Andrews. Andrews is out to about the 30 for a pickup of 4. It'll be 2nd and 6 with 7.5 minutes to go in the first half. And the Tigers, if you're just joining us as the game has started, the Tigers took the opening kickoff so the Braves would get it to start the third quarter.
Really good first down on that.
Hockenbrock reversed from Andrews to Garcia. Garcia gets to the outside. He's at the 40. He's at the 50. Switches fields. He's at the 40. He's at the 30. Switching back and forth. He's at the 20. And he's finally going to be brought down at the 19-yard line. What a run by Garcia. He takes it 51 yards for the Tiger first down. 51 yards to the 19.
Back and forth we go with the haymakers, Dave. Big play there from Garcia. The pat and an inside reverse. Andrews hands it off to Garcia. He does a great job getting to the edge, breaking a tackle on the edge, then seeing that open space back across the field, cuts it down, and picks up a huge run on the play.
And this red zone potential scoring drive is driven by Blaze Alexander, Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram Fiat of Lewisburg, helping you score big on savings. 1st and 10 Tigers from the Brave 19-yard line. Hockenbrock hands it off to Hopper. Hopper's going to be tackled at about the 17 by Haynes. No, that's Baker Allen. I'm sorry. Baker Allen is 14.
Yeah, Baker Allen did a good job setting that edge there, not allowing the Hopper. Hopper tried to actually really go over the top of him there. Nice job on the tackle. Still able to pick up 2 there for Southern Columbia inside of 6 minutes, halfway through this second quarter.
So, ball's at the 17-yard line. Tigers trail by a touchdown.
Hockenbrock, under center again. 2 backs offset.
Handoff goes to Williams. Williams makes a man miss, and he's up the middle. Bull rushes his way over Pollock for the touchdown. That's a man's run of 17 yards by the Tiger fullback, an extra point away from tying this game up.
Dave, the joystick on that one, he left the inside backer for Shikellamy stuck in quicksand, put a little move on him in the hole, untouched into the end zone, runs the last man over, big time run there, maybe the best run of the season for Joey Williams out of that fullback spot for the Tigers.
So that was a 18-yard touchdown run as the extra point is up and 5:36 to go in the first quarter, the first half, tied at 21 apiece. Back here, and what a first half it's been in the regular season finale on the gridiron. Braves and Tigers tied at 21 apiece as Joey Williams just scored for the Tigers on a 17-yard run that certainly will make the highlight reel. Shado kicks it off. It's taken by the return man, Baker Allen at the 15. Takes it out near the 30. They're going to spot him at about the 28-yard line with 5.5 minutes exactly to go in the first half.
So, Dave, we come off one of the best defensive showings of the year for Southern Columbia with their shutout win last week over Bloomsburg. Now over halfway through this first half and halfway through the second quarter, neither team has gotten a stop tonight. We're still 0 stops on this football game. Who's going to get a stop first? Show up for their team. Shikellamy has been rolling on all cylinders as they come back out to take the field for their 4th drive of the night.
So it's 1st and 10 from the 29. Raybuck again in shotgun. Handoff up the gut. Nothing doing there for Luke Keeley as he's lambasted by the interior of the Tiger defensive line. John Quinton and Talon Pyatt came in to pop him. No gain on the play. So 2nd down and 10. That's the first carry for Keeley. Keeley came in with 53 carries on the season. He's replaced now by Tristan Smith in shotgun to the left of Raybuck.
His left. Looks like Smith to his left.
Raybuck's going to pitch it to Smith. Smith kind of lost his footing. He does pick up a yard, but he'll bring up a 3rd down and 9.
Yeah, honestly, good just to not put a fumble there. Raybuck pitched it a little bit behind the ball carrier, so good job by him to reel it in. Tigers defense good in pursuit there. A couple of good plays here to start this drive for that Tigers defense. But as each team has, Shikellamy's done a great job converting on some of these 3rd and longs. See where they go again here.
Different so far in this game in terms of advantage has been Shikelamy's defense allowing the Tigers, or forcing the Tigers, I should say, to punt. Tigers are looking for a 3-and-out here. Raybuck sends Pollock in motion. Back to pass. Looking. Firing. And it's going to be incomplete. That was intended for Felmy, but great coverage there by Kissinger.
Yeah, they tried to double move up the sideline. Kissinger was with Felmy the whole way. So Felmy, I mean, he's been the go-to guy. 4 catches for 73 yards and a touchdown. Trying to get it to him there on the double move, but Southern Columbia finally gets their first stop of the game, forces the 3-and-out there against the Braves.
Andrews and Garcia both back deep for the Tigers. Now Southern has to be cautious as Raybuck, the quarterback, is also the punter.
3 yards of return.
Raybuck gets it off. It's a high kick. It's going to be taken by Garcia. No, they're going to let the ball roll, and he gets a great roll as it's going to go inside the 25. Finally going to be down at about the 22-yard line where the Tigers will take over.
Yeah, I think both Garcia and Andrews might have lost it in the lights there, Dave. Nobody could get comfortable underneath it. So honestly, better to just step away, maybe lose a couple yards, but you don't want to risk yet another turnover on special teams after you had the punt blocked right around the same spot just a few possessions ago. So 3:41 to go in the half. Tigers with all 3 of their timeouts remaining. Remember, again, they elected to receive the opening kickoff.
Yeah, Casey, the perfect scenario would be the Tigers scoring with not much time on the clock. But obviously, scoring is the main objective as Williams gets the handoff, and he's got a 1st down out across the 30 to the 35 to pick up 13 yards.
Yeah, they go right back to that belly action with the halfback leading right up into the gap for Joey Williams. They've created a lot of running room for the fullback on that play this evening. Do so again there with a 1st down rush.
1st and 10 from the 35.
I watched that offensive line from Southern. Same play.
Goes to Williams again as he's out across the 40 to the 41. So the Tigers see something, and it's been effective with that fullback run up the gut.
Yeah, Williams, Dave, he's been effective all year, but tonight maybe even more so. Comes into tonight, 76 carries for 442 yards, 5 touchdowns, so about 5.8 a clip. He's well eclipsing that so far.
It's at 9.9 right now. Hand off to Garcia. He gets a 1st down. He runs into his lineman, Jaden Carter.
A lot of room there, too. The big Jalen Carter, 6'4", 315. Might have been the only thing stopping us from maybe a Garcia later.
He did pick up 5 in the 1st down. As the ball is out to the 46-yard line. Reverse to Andrews. Andrews has another Tiger 1st down. He breaks a tackle inside the 40. So he picks up 17 on the carry.
Ground game really starting to pick up some steam here. Exactly what you want. Like Dave said, you don't want to leave too much time on the clock for this Braves explosive offense to maybe double you up there at the end of this half and the beginning of the next half. So big drive here for Southern Columbia.
1st and 10 Tigers from the Brave 37. Hockenbrock's going to keep it himself. Breaks the initial tackle. Breaks a 2nd tackle, and he's going to get another 1st down for the Tigers. Takes it to the 24. a 13-yard run where the quarterback broke 3 tackles. That's the 10th first down for Southern Columbia in the first half.
Yeah, they go back to that waggle, keep really fake that sweep action well. Hockenbach sells it well. He broke a couple of tackles there well, and another first down.
Right.
First and 10 from the 24 as we have an official timeout. The Braves are going to try and fix this run defense. 1:43 to go in the first half. Tigers 21, Braves 21. Highly entertaining first half. Southern Columbia, the top seed in District 4 2A. Shikellamy, the fourth and final team into the field in 4A. These two teams have evenly played so far in this one. Tigers looking to score here in the final 2 minutes to take the lead into halftime. This drive has been all on the ground, and the Tigers have had an abundance of success running the football.
It's been an offensive showcase in this first half, Dave. Both teams, I mean, Shikellamy more so through the air, but Southern Columbia really getting the ground game going now. Been impressive to watch.
Hand off to Williams. Williams has an opening, and he goes 24 yards. He broke an initial tackle, and then he was off to the races for his second touchdown run in consecutive drives.
They can't seem to stop the fullback. Young Joey Williams, the 5'8", 180-pound junior, is running all over this Braves defense, making it look easy out there in the process.
Williams' best game of the season, without a doubt, as Shadle looks to make the lead 7 for the visiting Tigers. Good snap, good hold. Kick is up, and the kick is good. 1:38 to go in the first half. Tigers 28, Braves 21. Back here as Southern Columbia's defense needs to do its job to hold the lead going into the half, as the Braves will also get the third quarter kickoff. Braves down to 1 timeout left, but the first downs do stop the clock in high school football.
And with as explosive as this offense is, I mean, 1 timeout is challenging, but they've had no trouble picking up big chunks of yardage through the air in this first half.
Shadle gets the kickoff. It's going to be taken by Baker Allen at the 17. Runs into his own man as he gets out to about the 30. They're going to spot him, I think, at the 20, let's see here, 29. So, Casey, obviously we're going to expect nothing but throwing the ball here by the Braves, as the running game outside of Raybuck's long touchdown run has been ill-effective.
Yeah, I mean, and they've been so effective over the passing game to both Pollock and Felmy.
That last drive that was their first punting drive, 3 and out with the first 2 runs, gaining a total of just a yard. Empty formation. Raybuck back to pass. Fires. Completes. Out across the 40 to Corbin Stahl.
I mean, really just doing a good job finding a lot of space in the second level and making guys miss. This Tigers linebacker unit's really struggling to cover the perimeter guys here for Shikellamy tonight.
So Stahl gets 14 yards on that pickup. First and 10 from the 43. Pass is incomplete. He was looking for his favorite target, Felmy, as Zachman was in coverage for the Tigers.
Yeah, great coverage there by Zachman, breaking on the ball at the perfect time. This is a big drive for Shikellamy, Dave. 1 minute and 6 seconds left here in the half. A real chance, you know, if you could put points on the board, get this to a tie game at halftime, and you're going to get the ball to start the second half. Really, really put yourselves in an advantageous position.
Second and 10 from the 43. 106 showing in the first half. Raybuck looking, firing, incomplete, intended for Smith. Probably not the worst thing, obviously, because he was going to get leveled by Morrow. They would have lost a yard or got back to the line of scrimmage, and the clock would have continued to tick.
Yeah, no doubt. Some of those plays near around the line of scrimmage, as long as they're going forward, just in the essence of saving clock, you'd rather them go incomplete.
Mount Carmel area leading Shamokin area 14-7.
So we got some really surprising and entertaining football games going here across District 4 tonight, folks.
3rd and 10 here. 4 receivers, 2 to each side. Raybuck back, looking, firing, complete, but the man goes out of bounds short of the first down. Marker's Pollock, so he only got 8. What do you do here?
Oh, let's definitely go for it here. Tigers bring in some heavier personnel.
Now I think they're going to punt it. Pollock obviously had the right idea, but not at the right time. He had enough room to get the first down and then step out of bounds, but he goes out of bounds 2 yards short. So, are they going to go for it?
I think even if they lined up in punting formation, Dave, you have to be on red alert, like you said, with Ray.
I think I'd even send a return man back. And they don't even get the ball off, as it's going to be a delay of game now. They're definitely going to be punting, or did they get that final timeout? Nope, delay of game, 5-yard penalty. I don't know why they didn't just use their final timeout there.
Well, they're going to give Raybuck 5 extra yards to work with here on the punt. No, Dave. 4th and 2, 4th and 3.
But why not take a timeout? What's the sense of losing 5 yards if you're going to punt the ball anyway?
To give him 5 extra yards to not risk a touchback. It's done all the time in football.
Well, yes. In college and the pros.
Oh, boy.
Does he have the leg to do that, Casey? Right, Casey. I'll give you credit there. Gave him room. I didn't think he had the leg to get it there. So, great call.
Or was it the recall to punt is my question.
Yeah.
My question.
Because that's back-to-back 3 and outs.
I mean, you're trying to pull off what would be a monumental upset and one of the biggest wins in your school's history. You have the ball inside Southern Columbia territory. You're getting the ball to start the second half. I get you don't want to not get it and then give Southern a short field. But, man, I think you get this close and you're into a battle with Southern. You just got to kind of go for it. But we'll see if it pays off here, Dave.
Tigers keep it on the ground as it's going to go to Williams. Williams is tackled from behind by Willie Bender.
Yeah, nice job. Bender's having himself an outstanding game there. Tigers going to go quick here with 2 plays out of the huddle.
Gain of 2. Reverse to Andrews. Andrews has an opening across the 25. He's across the 30. Across the 40. There is a flag that came in well late. So Andrews takes it to the 43 face mask. So it went from the 14 to the 42, so a 28-yard pickup, and then 15 more.
And Dave,
am I right there, Scott? 28?
Yep, and while you're doing that, Dave, that is why you don't punt in those situations, because I've seen tons of Southern Columbia football games. You've seen 403 in a row. They're able to pick off 40 yards at any given point, at any given time. You can't worry about pinning them deep. You got to go for the strike when you have the opportunity to go for the strike.
So 20 seconds left in this first half. Tigers leading 28-21 as I thought Southern might be taking a timeout, but we're going to keep it here regardless.
Yeah, they did, Dave. They took their first timeout there.
So they still have 2 timeouts left, 20 seconds. Ball spotted at the Brave 42.
I think they're going to take a shot here, Dave, with the clean slate, timeouts to work with. I bet they take a shot.
Hockenbrock back to pass, looking, throws it to a screen pass to Williams. He's got blockers out in front of him. He's at the 30. He's at the 20. There is a flag as he's inside the 20. That's thrown in the situation that I'd assume is a hold or a block in the back.
Looks like that one's going to be coming back, Dave. Boy, that's let's just say the coaches aren't going to be too pleased when they see that one on the film. A really tight holding block in the back call, whatever they determine it. So the big play is going to be for not Shikellamy on the verge of dodging an incredible bullet.
Okay, so it's going to be a completion to Williams for a net of, I'm going to let the master, Scott, because it's hard for me to talk and... So where are they spotting the ball? 34. So 18-yard completion. So an 18-yard screen pass.
So with 8 seconds left here, I think you got to just take a shot deep to either Kissinger or Malachowski.
He throws it, and it's almost caught. Malachowski trying to play the defender spot. There's still 2 seconds left in this happening half. Tigers could take a timeout here, Casey, if they want to, as this will be the final play barring a penalty.
G's had a chance to go up and make a play on that. Good coverage in the back end, but it was only single coverage by the time the ball got to him. And Malachowski had an opportunity to get his hands on the football and make a catch, almost pulling off a huge last-second Hail Mary attempt there.
So it'll be a second down and short. That doesn't matter. What matters is Tigers are 34 yards away from the end zone.
Second down, 3.
As the Braves will take a timeout. We'll take a 30-second timeout ourselves. We'll be back here in 30 seconds with the Black Diamond Sports Network and V97, where you can always get your game on.
If you are looking to score a touchdown with a new bang, it's the ball over to UND Bank. For its 115 years, UND provides checking and saving solutions, banking, and fees. They also contribute to settlement applications for the servants of Redfly. For the with the UND Bank, 697-339-1030 or visit then what you guys see is a wonder.
We're back here. Tigers are deciding on what play they want to run here. Obviously, that holding penalty was huge against the Tigers. Or else they'd be inside. But at the 34, they'd be at the 24, which makes it a much reasonable play. And the last play they could have also ran to try and get half the yardage, if not for that. So, penalty.
Nonetheless, they're going to have one more shot out of here. And it's what has been, I would say, a surprisingly, extraordinarily entertaining football game. Both offenses have been outstanding in this first half.
I'm surprised, Casey, that Chase Malachowski's not on the field for this. Hockenbrock back, looking, still looking, firing. It's going to be caught to Garcia, but well short as he takes it from the 42. No, he was at the 34 to the 19. Illegal man downfield, so it will be a catch of 15 yards because the penalty was declined. Goes from the 34 to the 19. Yep, so a 15-yard completion, and that'll do it for the first half. Southern Columbia, 28. Shikellamy, 21.
Listen, if we've learned anything throughout the years covering Southern Columbia football for the Black Diamond Sports Network, is that a message was sent in that locker room at halftime. A stern message, and adjustments were made. Very interested to see what exactly some of these adjustments might be coming out here to start this second half for this Tiger defense.
And as former players, I played the 06 through the 08 season. You played 09 through the 11 season. You know that the coaches are going to make some adjustments here. To the average viewer, it might not look like anything significant, but more often than not, by a large margin, it works out in the Tigers' favor.
They've been certainly the best second-half team in the state for 40 years. That's unbelievable.
As Shado kicks it off, it's going to go to Baker Allen. It takes a bounce. He takes it from his own 11. Switches fields. Good coverage there by Brady Arnold, tackling Baker Allen at the 24-yard line. So the Braves will have to go 76 yards if they want to tie this game up.
And Dave, just to break it here before we get this second half underway, Mount Carmel has just taken a 2-touchdown lead, 21-7 over the Indians at Kent Memorial Stadium.
So Shamokin area trailing 21-7 to the Mount Carmel area Red Tornadoes. Tornadoes had that coal bucket for 3 decades, and they certainly appear to want it back. As if that's not an obvious statement in itself. 1st and 10 here. From the 24, Raybuck has Kiwi to his right, 2 receivers to each side. Raybuck back looking, he gets nailed. Pass falls incomplete. Morrow, who has that kickoff return for a touchdown, delivered the pressure on that one.
And right away, Dave, we see the adjustments right away. That time, Southern Columbia's secondary, Braden Andrews up in the slot and press man-to-man coverage, not going to allow Shikellamy to complete these little 4 to 5 yard passes in the flat. The pressure is going to get there if you just get if the secondary can hold a second longer.
2nd and 10. Same formation, 2 receivers to each side out of shotgun. Raybuck rolls to his right this time. Passes. Diving attempt and a great catch by Felmy. It's going to be a yard short, but an outstanding catch for his 5th reception of this game.
Oh, man, outstanding grab there by Felmy. The short out route break into his sideline there, lays out in full extension to bring it in. I mean, there's nothing you could do in coverage there if you're Braden Andrews. Just an outstanding catch by Felmy.
3rd and 1 from the 33.
See here, a team that hasn't been able to run it yet. Can they dial up a run play to pick up the yard they need?
It's going to be an empty formation as Raybuck keeps it himself. Leaning forward, he got the 1st down. He got the yard he needed to move the sticks.
And you just know that's coming when they empty the backfield out. Raybuck, you know he's going to put his head down and try to pick it up. Good job there by him to convert a much-needed 3rd down and short conversion for the Braves.
He needed 1, he got 2 out to the 35. If you're just joining us, Southern Columbia leading 28-21 here. Just over a minute and a half into the 3rd quarter. Now there's a back to each side of Raybuck in shotgun. 2 receivers near side, 1 to the far side, the Tiger side of the lines. It's going to be a fake handoff. Keeper by Raybuck gets out of bounds across the 35 to the 38. He got a block from Charlie Walter.
21-14.
That was a good block by Walter on the perimeter. Looked like Raybuck didn't have much room to go, but that block kind of sprung him to pick up a couple of yards at least to get some positive yardage on that 1st down.
And we just got a score update. Shamokin has cut their deficit in half, 21-14 now, the Red Tornadoes. 2nd and 7 from the 38. Raybuck back, looking, firing, completes it to Pollock. Good coverage, though, by Kissinger as he holds him to a gain of 4. So that's Pollock's 4th catch. 20th pass attempt by the senior quarterback.
Players go to their arm bands for Shikellamy. The play coming in. Tigers with 1 safety out there. Going to be some tight coverage on the outside. We'll see if Shikellamy looks to try to maybe hit a deep one here.
3rd and 3. They need to get to the 45. Raybuck looking, firing, and he just over the hands of Pollock, although I don't know if even he catches it, he stays in bounds. That was pretty good coverage there by Kissinger, and we have a hold as well. So this is going to be a decision for Coach Roth to make for Southern Columbia. Do they take them back to 3rd and 13 or keep them at 4th and 3, expecting them to punt the ball, or will they go for it? Side officials are over talking to Coach Rock. They're going to decline it.
I think that's the right call. You got to trust this defense to be able to get off the field in a 4th down spot, and Shikellamy is going to just punt the football away. At least come out in punt formation. Just back to that play, Southern Columbia selling out with the blitz, single coverage on the outside. That's really good coverage by Blaze Kissinger, carrying his receiver 40 yards down the field. Easier said than done to do, so Tigers get a big stop there for the time being.
Andrews is at his 25. It's a low snap. Raybuck's going to have to keep it. He does get it off, and it's taken by Arnold at the 27-yard line, and Tyler Arnold's brother, Brady, the former state champion javelin thrower, Brady Arnold, the senior, takes it 27 yards for the punt return, touchdown.
Wow, just a bobble of the snap there by Raybuck, and we said it earlier, Chase Williams is always in there almost ready to block a punt. He has 4 blocked punts on the season. That time, by the time Raybuck was able to pick up the bobble, Williams was in his face. Raybuck tried to get it off, but he just barely was able to get any of the ball, kicked it right to Arnold. Arnold at the house for the rest.
Scott, he's been covering more games as he's sitting to my right, one of the best writers in the area. But he might be able to attest to this. That might be the quickest I've ever seen a punt return. That was about 1/10 of a second of net airtime, and Arnold takes it 27 yards for the touchdown. Extra point good, Tigers 35, Braves 21. We'll be back in 30 seconds. Would you agree?
First Family Dentistry in Mount Carmel. Doctors Allison and David and their professional staff provide comprehensive dental care for patients of all ages. Your dental health and hygiene are very important, and regular dental checkups will help keep your smile bright. Hearst Family Dentistry, 138 South Market Street in Mount Carmel, extends best wishes to all area teams and players, both on the field and in the classroom.
So we mentioned, Casey, the Tigers have been successful on special teams this season. They've had some returns called back, but now they have a kick return for a touchdown and a punt return for a touchdown, as they now take a 35-21 lead on the road with 9 minutes, 20 seconds to go in this third quarter. Still plenty of time, as it's going to go to Baker Allen. He takes it from his 18, gets out to the 30. Keegan Deal makes the stop with some help. Chase Williams along with Gavin Brown and Talon Pyatt as well there. So now the Braves face their biggest deficit of this game with 9:12 to go in the third quarter.
Man, how do they respond from that really series of unfortunate events there? Williams looked like he was going to get his 5th punt block of the season. Turns out, just forced the quickest punt in District 4 history. 1/10 of a second on Dave Fedley's official stopwatch over there, and Brady Arnold takes it to the house. A huge swing of momentum there for Southern Columbia. Now, if you're Shikellamy, you got to be able to put that behind you quickly, get this offense back rolling, maybe get a quick completion here just to try to steady the ship.
So Brady Arnold, 27 yards on that return, as Raybuck's going to keep it. He's got some running room across the 40, steps out of bounds at the 45, picks up 14 to move the sticks.
Exactly there. Just a great play call. They motion the receiver, fake the jet sweep. Raybuck keeps it back off to the weak side. Williams able to push him out, but after a first down, Shikellamy needed to just settle the ship there a bit. Really like that play call there from them.
1st and 10. That takes away a little bit of the Tigers' momentum for the time being.
Back is Keeley's Richard
Ready for the snap. Back. Rolls to his left a little bit. He's hit by Malikoski. Intended for Felmy. Incomplete. So good pressure there by Jace Malikoski.
You see the Tigers are they're just playing a little bit tighter, taking away that intermediate area where Shikellamy has been trying to throw it so much in the first half, forcing Raybuck to try to take a couple more shots deep. That's allowing that defensive line, Malachowski, Williams, Quinton, they're getting home a little bit more with some more frequency here now, affecting some passes.
And in addition to the easier completions they were doing, the Tigers weren't very successful. The D-backs weren't very successful in making the tackles. They would change 5-yard completions to 20, 25-yard gains. 2nd and 10. Raybuck straight drop back, looking, firing. It's going to be caught again by Shikellamy. Great catch. That's about as impressive of a 3-yard grab you're going to see at the high school level.
And he continues to make really high level of difficulty catches here. I mean, very, very impressed with his ability to bring in the football. What did you say he had on the season coming in, Dave?
Shikellamy on the season, Casey. 19 catches, 189 yards, no touchdowns tonight. 6 catches, 85 yards, and a touchdown, obviously unofficial.
Yeah, I mean, those stats tell the
Can't be out by too many yards as a math teacher. I would have enough confidence in myself. I should be in the ballpark.
Nice part of the white. Back to back.
But a lot of pressure. He gets it out, fires, and it's incomplete. Looked like a lot of contact there by Gallagher. No flag, though. I think the Tigers got away with one there.
I think they both kind of lost the ball up there. I don't think anybody thought Raybuck on his back foot with Southern Columbia defenders in his face was going to be able to chuck it 40 yards down the field on a rope. I thought they both thought it was away, but nonetheless, the hand fight and the refs let it go there, and Southern Columbia is going to force.
And the ref was right there in perfect position, so Gallagher must have had, as you mentioned, there was hand fighting by both sides, so
I mean, they're hand fighting, and they both did look to try to see the ball at the end. So, typically, I think they try to not throw the flag on those.
So good coverage there by Gallagher, forcing a punt here. High snap. Raybuck gets it off. It's going to be taken at the 18. By Andrews. He's got some running room. He's at the 50. He's at the 40. He's at the 30. Breaks a tackle. He's in a foot race. The 20. The 10. And he is into the end zone, an 82-yard punt return, and the Tiger special teams unit has been the phase of the game tonight. Braden Andrews, 82-yard punt return for the touchdown.
Yeah, you could just see it. They had the wall set up to perfection. Raybuck's punt drifts a little bit to the far side of the field. Andrews gets it, and there is so much green turf to roll with. Man, Dave, it makes you really wonder. You know, Shikellamy playing a good football game. They're not converting on offense here in the second half as much, but some situations where I think it might be a little unconventional, but man, you just wonder if they would have gone for some of these fourth downs, where we'd be at in this game, because every time they punt the ball, it's like giving it to Southern Columbia's best weapon. They just made plays happen time and time again in the special teams department.
The extra point is up, and the extra point is good. 42-21, the Tigers have doubled up the Braves. 8:31 to go in the third quarter. We'll be back in 30 seconds.
Plumbing Outlet, your local kitchen, bathroom, plumbing, and heating specialist, is proud to sponsor area athletics. Keep the Plumbing Outlet in mind if you need a new coal, oil, or gas boiler. The Plumbing Outlet also carries a full variety of kitchen and bathroom cabinets and accessories. Before you buy, visit your hometown specialist at the Plumbing Outlet on Route 61 between Shamokin and Coltmont. Give them a call at 570-648-0711 or visit their website at www.plummingoutlet.com.
Back here, as Southern Columbia now has 2 kick returns for touchdowns, 1 punt return for a touchdown. Half of their points have came off that third unit. Special teams sometimes overlook, Casey, but obviously a huge part of the game, and we'll talk more about how important it is after this kick return by Baker Allen. He takes it from his 15, and great coverage by the Tigers as Morrow, who had one of those earlier kick returns for touchdown, makes the stop at the 15.
Yeah, I think what makes it even more intriguing, Dave, is just the unconventional ways they've done it. The first kick return for touchdown was off that little pooch kick that Morrow man takes back untouched for 6. Then you get the bobbled snap, almost block, punt that goes a yard until it's in the hands of Brady Arlen, and he takes it back. And also on the special teams department, too. I mean, look at They've made every extra point so far. They've done a great job pitting Shikellamy deep on kickoffs. It's been maybe the best special team showing we've seen in years from the Southern Columbia team.
So Raybuck in shotgun with his team trailing by 3 scores. Back to pass, looking, firing, incomplete, intended for Pollock. Keegan Deal on the coverage for the Tigers. And again, Casey, heavy pressure by the Tigers front 4.
Yeah, I mean, not to sound like a broken record, but, you're going to force Raybuck to throw it more downfield. He needs more time for his receivers to get down the field. It's not that Southern Columbia pressure wasn't getting home in the first half. They were just throwing it so quickly there was no time for them to even get off the ball. But now they're trying to take some more deep shots. Southern Columbia forcing them out of those early passes and allowing that pressure to get home.
Tigers have not recorded a sack yet, but the pressures have certainly been crucial as the handoff's going to go to Keeley, and he's not going anywhere. Keeley's going to lose 2 on the play, bringing up a 3rd and long.
Yeah, where do you go to here, Dave? I mean, if you're Shikellamy, you got to pull out your best play. You got to pull something out there. This is as big of a play as you're going to face. You're trying to hang in and, being this at the end to pull a big upset. You're on the verge of letting this thing slip away. I think you got to pull out all the stops here to try to do whatever you can to get these 12 yards.
3rd and 12 from the 19. 7:40 to go in the 3rd quarter. Tigers up 42-21. Raybuck has blocker to his right. Receiver goes in motion. Back to pass. Looking, firing, incomplete. He didn't have much time there, Casey, as Jace Malachowski was right in his hip pocket.
Yeah, Malachowski wins early at the line, gets the pressure on him, forced a wobbly pass out of Raybuck. Almost had a chance to intercept it there. Was that Caius Mora coming from the far side? But man, wait, we said it at halftime. If there's one thing you know for sure, there's going to be adjustments that are made. Man, if they made him Shikellamy unable to get anything going offensively here in the second half, and now forced to line up for a punt. Last 2 times they lined up for a punt, it's been a touchdown for the Tigers.
Raybuck's inside his own 5. Good snap this time. And he sends it out to the 45 where Garcia gets it. And he's going to be brought down, actually for a loss of a yard, to the 44. Still excellent field position for the Tigers from their own 44 as they look to go up 4 scores.
Sad to say, Dave, if you're a Shikellamy Braves fan, you almost just take a sigh of relief there. Okay, we didn't give up a touchdown on the punt there. We at least made the Southern Columbia offense come out for their first play of the half.
Yeah, Southern's scored 14 points, and the offense has not touched the ball until now with 7:16 to go in the 3rd quarter. Handoff goes to Williams. Williams out close to midfield. He fumbles the football, and it's recovered by Baker Allen.
Wow, great play there. Exactly what Shikellamy needed to scrap and claw, find a way to get back into it. They poke it loose from Williams, who had a nice gainer on the play. But the first play of the half for Southern Columbia's offense, nearly 5 minutes into this 3rd quarter, after they've put up 14 points on special teams, goes as a turnover, and Shikellamy is going to have some great starting field position of their own to try to right the ship here.
So, just one play, only a few seconds the Tigers offense was on the field. Total of 7 to be exact, as the Braves would get the ball at their own 49. As the handoff is going absolutely nowhere, John Quinton tackles Caleb O'Connor for a loss of 2 on the play.
And I get, what Shikellamy trying to do here. You got to try to protect your quarterback. Southern's just teeing off on this pass rush, but man, I think it's highly unlikely, I'll say, that you're going to be able to find enough sustained ground success here handing the football off. I'd expect that. You got to go back to this passing game.
So we'll see if they do just that. Put it back in there, Casey. New quarterback is Brady Kurtz.
Yeah, so that's a major, major factor here as Raybuck is off to the side here, Dave. I don't see a trainer or a doctor looking at him. It's unclear why he's not in the football game, but that is a huge, huge implication, obviously, on this game, as Raybuck has been extraordinary tonight for the Braves.
Are they just trying to save him at this point for next week? Going to Shamokin? I mean, this game's certainly far from over.
Oh, no kidding.
I don't know. So, I think we have a false start against the Braves, so it's going to take them back 5. It'll be now 3rd and 17.
Dave, I don't think any starters are out there for Shikellamy. I think they've pulled their starting skill players. What in the world?
Receiver on this side, Bobby Felmy, closest to us.
So Kurtz will take the direct snap.
Kurtz is back to pass, looking, and he's going to be sacked on the play by Talon Hyatt. Flag on the play.
Yes, that is in the general.
Hyatt with the sack. We'll see what the penalty is. It's going to be a hold. It's going to be declined. So Hyatt with the sack.
Penalty.
He's speechless. I have no idea what's going on. It's coming back to punt the football. There were no starters on the field for Shikellamy at midfield in a 3-score game when their offense has been electric all night long. I've been doing this a long time, 3 years. That is the most shocking thing I have ever seen covering
Bobbled snap, but Raybuck does get it off. It's going to take another great bounce as it'll be downed inside the 20 at the 18-yard line. Yeah, I don't know. We'll have to find out after the game. Maybe. So the Tigers will take over from their own.
Now Raybuck's coming out to play defense.
Yeah, I don't know. No idea.
I'm speechless. I don't even have anything to add. I'm utterly speechless.
1st and 10 from the 18 for the Tigers. Hand off to Andrews. Andrews is out. He's in the opening. Nobody's going to catch him. 40, 30, 20, 10, touchdown. Andrews has scored the last 2 touchdowns, and they have both been exactly 82 yards.
Yep, first play, well blocked, untouched. Masterclass there from the Southern Columbia rushing attack, making it look easy, and it was easy to get the 82-yard touchdown there. I'm not sure what kind of message it sends. Look, on the 50-yard line in a 3-score game, when you have 3 scores, it's not like you're not scoring the football with plenty of time on the clock. Like, what kind of message does that send to the team that you don't think they could win the football game?
2 plays for the Tigers offense, less than 30 seconds, and they have now scored 3 touchdowns. 49-21 Tigers, 5:06 to go in the 3rd quarter. 19 seconds, Casey, the Tigers offense has been on the field. In the second half, 19 seconds, and they've scored 21 points as a team.
It's remarkable. It's just big plays in the special teams department, and then finally getting around a play offensively. They just hit a big play offensively. The offense has been firing all night for Southern Columbia. They've looked outstanding.
Baker Allen from his own 14, across the 25, out across the 35, where Chase Williams will make the stop with 4:59 to go in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, I mean, Raybuck's on the sideline with this helmet in hand.
21-7.
Looks like, again, Shikellamy electing to rest their starters for the remainder of this game. in preparation for their district playoff match next week at Shamokin.
Mount Carmel area is still leading Shamokin area 21-14.
Yep, just over 8 minutes to go on that one.
We're still 5 minutes to go in the third quarter of this one. Back to pass.
Oh boy.
And it's going to be incomplete. Was there a receiver in the area or was he outside? Williams forces the incompletion.
And you just see it here when you hold the ball a couple seconds longer, not getting it out as quickly as when Raybuck was in there. I mean, this Tiger front is just swarming
Beast on
the passing attack.
So, 2nd and 10 from the 36.
Linebacker change.
There's a sophomore.
Very good.
Going to hand the ball off, and Caden Hopper throws Caleb O'Connor back for a loss of 2 more. 3rd now and 12. I think it's safe to say, Casey, that the Tigers are going to bring some pressure here.
Yeah, I think undoubtedly they're starting to work in some of their second-team guys as well, getting some of their key contributors like John Quinton and Jaden Carter out here for this 3rd down play.
But you got to pass the south.
So, Hurts.
And the direction.
It's going to be a pitch to Baker Allen. Baker Allen going to get to the 36, well short of the 1st down.
Wow, Dave, how quickly a game could turn on its nose. We come out of the half with Shikellamy only trailing 7. They get the football, and all of a sudden, Southern Columbia is a touchdown away from putting this thing into the mercy rule.
Yep, which I am totally fine with, as at the rate. 2 articles, it's already 9 o'clock.
Yeah.
2 articles before deadline, and then another one online.
Well, when you get 70 points on a delayed senior night in the first 3 quarters, it tends to run a bit long.
Raybuck out there. Punt's going to be fair caught by Andrews, a diving Andrews at the 35-yard line.
So we'll see the Tigers offense come back out here, Dave. I think it'll be the last opportunity for their starters to get any reps in before the playoffs get underway. So they're going to want to execute here. Last time they touched the ball, an 82-yard scamper from Braden Andrews. A house call.
Ball's at the 35. 3:17 to go in the 3rd quarter. Shikellamy crowding the boxes. Grady Garcia gets the handoff. Good open field tackle there by Bender. He's having himself a fine ball game. Garcia picks up 4.
Yeah, we've called Bender's name a bunch tonight defensively. The 5'10", 205-pound junior's done a good job from his linebacker spot, making those open field tackles like Dave just mentioned.
Ball's at the 39. You're right, Casey. 28-21 with Shikellamy getting a chance to tie the game to start the 3rd quarter. If the Tigers score here and have a successful extra point, it's in the mercy rule. Pisarcik on the carry. Nice run for him. The Tiger senior gets across the 50 to the 47. So that's going to be a pickup of 14.
Now you just see the depth of this Southern Columbia team come into play. They're making, they're getting different guys into the action. Parker Pisarcik, the senior fullback, we've seen him have success this season. They're bust off a nice 14-yard carry for his first of the evening. I mean, there's just a bunch of different guys Coach Ralph could break into the game here in a game that's gone an interesting direction here in this 3rd quarter.
1st and 10, just over 2 minutes to go in this 3rd quarter. Hopper on the carry. He's got a 1st down and more. He's inside the 40. Going to be tackled at around the 33-yard line. 34 4, so a pickup of 14 for Hopper.
So it's Hopper, Garcia, and Pizarchik in the backfield as the 3 running backs in the wing T here now. For Southern Columbia, Hockenbrock still in at quarterback, and the starting offensive line still out there as well.
Mifflinburg leads Lewisburg 28-zip with 8 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. Hand off to Garcia. Garcia switches field position. He's inside the 25. 4 flags on the play. Somebody saw something. I think it's definitely going to be a face mask.
And it must have been a violent one, because I don't know if I've ever seen all 4 officials throw their flags at the same time. I mean, that thing, I can't wait to see it on tape, Dave. Must have been egregious.
So 7-yard pickup there by Garcia, and 15 more. 22 yards takes it into the red zone, and this red zone potential scoring drive is driven by Blaze Alexander, Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram Fiat of Lewisburg, helping you score big on savings. The ball is spotted at the 14-yard line.
You just converted 21-14, 6 minutes.
First and 10 Tigers at the 14.
Southern number 1.
Pizarchik, Figa. He's going to take it inside the 10 to the...
8-yard.
I will see where they spot it.
That's going to be
Going to be at the 13. 7-yard pickup there.
They've done just such a nice job blocking that belly action. Fullback gets it off the B gap. Halfback leads right up, takes the linebacker on one-on-one. Had a lot of success early on with Williams, and now Pizarchik here on this drive with a couple of really nice runs.
2nd down and 3 from the 7. Hand off to Pizarchik. He's inside the 5 to the 3-yard line.
Yeah, if it's not broke, don't fix it. Tigers just run the same play again, right back to it. Pizarchik able to pick up that first down.
Tigers won't have to run another play if they don't want to here.
I think they might try to get this one in, get the score before the fourth quarter, and then just have, the fourth quarter be the JV's time to play. What do you think?
We'll see if they do. It's going to be a 1st and goal from the 3. Hand off to Pizarchik, and Pizarchik gets into the end zone for the touchdown.
Yep, right back to him 3 consecutive times. Shikellamy not able to have an answer for Pizarchik on that drive. Southern Columbia efficient. The depth is showing as they're able to continue to work in outstanding players throughout the field. And Dave, as surprising as that first half was, I didn't think we'd see an even more shocking quarter. And I am just absolutely shocked the way this third quarter has played out.
So the all-important extra point to see if we have a running clock here. Come on, Preston Shadle kicking it. And, snap off. We don't even get an attempt, so that's going to bring us to the end of the third quarter. All Tigers at brutality. 55-21, Southern Columbia. They're back here, and the extra point does not even get attempted, so this game is not in the mercy rule. We're not going to have a stopped clock yet.
And folks, it is anarchy in the press box as the writers up here just beside themselves if they're going to be under an even tighter deadline.
To get the Miami as the return man takes it out to the 30. Now he's still going as he takes it out to about the 40. Nice return there by Victor De La Rosa. Fourth quarter now. I'd love if Coach Mike Hoover just keeps the ball on the ground.
And we're going to have a timeout, I think, Dave.
Don't tell me that.
I think we got a timeout. We're going to keep it here.
Oh, now we have a timeout to make it even more miserable. Oh, look at that. Wait, the official wants to run, but he doesn't know math, apparently. It's got to be 35.
Well, they're running it.
Hey, they're running it. I thank you to the score operator. I mean, he's got to do what the official says. All right. And again, as we look for things to talk about, Handoff goes to, who's that? Smith. Smith was with his longest run of the game. That goes for 7. Again, Southern Columbia looking to pick up wrestling on the Black Diamond Sports Network this upcoming winter. Steve Pisarczyk and myself, Dave Fegley, will be on the call. If you're interested in sponsoring to help us do this, you can reach out to Dr. Philip Manny or Steve Pisarczyk, Southern's athletic director, as Smith picked up 8 there. Second and 3. Handoff to Smith. Now it's going to be a keeper by Kurtz. And Kurtz is going to fumble the football. It's going to be recovered by Keegan Deal at the 42. So now the Tigers have a chance to hopefully quickly, Casey, put this into the mercy rule.
Now let's take this time, Dave, to talk about tonight's game-changing moment brought to you by Shikellamy Ace Hardware, 27 North Oak Street in Mount Carmel. The staff at Shikellamy Ace Hardware averages 40 years of experience in the appliance and rope industry. Call 570-339-1453 or stop by and talk appliances with the experienced and knowledgeable staff at Shikellamy Ace Hardware, 27 North Oak Street, Mount Carmel, where they service what they sell.
I'll give you my thought after this play as the Tigers have it 1st and 10 from the Braves' 24-yard line. Hand off to Kane Checo, the Tiger freshman. He's going to take it to the 21. I think, Casey, it's got to be Tigers defense forcing that quick stop in the third quarter. Low snap. Grady Arnold returns a punt 27 yards for a touchdown to start a quarter that was dominated by the Tigers to score 27 unanswered to make the score 55-21 where we are right now.
Yeah, I think that's a good call as well, Dave. I'll just, you take that one, I'll take the next one, the punt return after they finally get it off by Bruce Andrews to take it 82 yards to the house.
And off to Pisarczyk again. Good running room as he takes it to the 14 for a first down.
And if I could just throw a third one in there, just the fact that Shikellamy pulled their offensive skill position starters out. Now, the game might have already been changed at that point if we're picking nits here, but they got the turnover, they had the ball in Southern territory and elected not to really try to press it. That certainly changed the game.
And this red zone potential scoring drive is brought to you by Blaze Alexander, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, Fiat of Lewisburg, helping you score big on savings as Gavin Schrometer, the freshman fullback for the Tigers, gets a 9-yard pickup on his first carry. 2nd and 1 at the 5-yard line.
He brings the ball. Williams under center.
Handoff goes to Schrometer again. Schrometer's going to get into the end zone from 5 yards out to make the score 61-21.
Dave, it doesn't seem to matter which personnel the Tigers have on the field, whether it's the experienced starters or the youngsters or anyone in between. The rushing game has been unstoppable tonight, running whenever they want all over this field. A masterclass yet again in the second consecutive game. We talk about the defense. The second straight game Southern Columbia has eclipsed the 60-point mark.
And what just happened there? No attempt, blocked PAT. So it'll be 61-21. Tigers up 40 with 8 minutes, 19 seconds left in the fourth quarter. As
flag on the field. We have a flag for roughing the kicker, I believe, Dave.
So if the kick's blocked, it can't be roughing the kicker.
I'm not sure it was ever blocked, Dave. You were right, the kid was just in there so quick, I think he kind of missed the ball when he went to kick it.
I don't know, I'm getting a funky smell as well in here. Well, what are we doing here? Personal foul Tigers are going to decline it. So it's going to be 61-21. We're going to keep it here as Shamokin area is looking to tie the Red Tornadoes, or I would assume go for the extra, or the 2-point conversion to win this game, as Mount Carmel leads 21-14. Shamokin area is at the Red Tornado 3-yard line.
And the Shikellamy fans, Dave, are really going after Yamari blocked, and I'm not sure they know that Southern declined the penalty.
And I don't think in a 40-point game with 8 minutes to go it makes much of a difference, as a new kicker's in there for the Tigers. It's going to be returned here by the Braves out to the 34-yard line. Shamokin area has just scored with 58 seconds remaining. Red Tornadoes 21, Indians 20. Now, does Shamokin area go for 2 for the win?
We're gone for 2 a lot this year, Dave.
I go for it.
We'll see here.
It don't matter.
As Shamokin's looking to have an undefeated season, regular season that is.
What's going on in our game here, Dave? We're still huddled up. I mean, we got to run the play clock at some point. We got to get the game moving. It's 9:15. We'll never get out of here. Finally, they get the players onto the field.
Yep.
Yeah.
So, Kurtz in at quarterback. Handoff up the gut. Out to the 35 for a pickup of 2 is O'Connor.
7:03 and counting here in this one. Southern Columbia going to finish the regular season on a 9-game winning streak, Dave, after dropping that opener to Wyomissing. Really, so much credit is deserved to Jim Roth, Andy Mills, this coaching staff for turning this team around, and a lot of credit to the players for really stepping up and turning themselves into a quality football team throughout the year.
So it's 2nd down and 8 as Kurtz is in shotgun. Handoff goes to O'Connor. He's got a 1st down out near midfield to the 45. So he takes it from the 36, 14, 19-yard pickup as Shamokin area is stopped on the 2-point conversion. The Red Tornadoes lead Shamokin area 21-20 with 58 seconds left in that football game. That was it. 16-yard pickup there, Scott.
18.
What?
14 plus 4, 18.
Okay, I was watching the Shamokin game there. And that was O'Connor?
Correct.
Onside kick coming, I bet, yeah.
So the handoff, new running back in for the Braves is Tyler Campbell.
21-20. So they must be close to the
They went for 2. Shamokin went for 2. So Campbell doesn't get any yards. We have 5 minutes to go in this one. Tigers leading 61-21. We're watching the Shamokin Mount Carmel game on a phone, thanks to Steve Pisarczyk. As Kurtz is going to hand the ball off to O'Connor. O'Connor's going to try and get the edge. He has it. He's at the 40. He's at the 30. He's going to pick up a 1st down. Takes it from the 46 to the 28 for a pickup of 18.
That's a really nice run there by O'Connor. Made a man miss in the backfield, got to the edge, and used some speed to pick up a nice run there. Really good run there from Caleb O'Connor, the senior 5'7", 170-pound fullback in for some action now.
So the ball is at the 28-yard line. Hurts hands the ball off to O'Connor. O'Connor's inside the 20, inside the 10, and he's into the end zone for a 28-yard touchdown run.
Yeah, getting the edge there pretty easily. Shikellamy doing a nice job. Back-to-back runs by O'Connor, picking up a lot of yardage, and good for the Shikellamy Braves. They're getting their second unit, some youngsters, some guys that don't get to play quite as much. A quality drive here to punch out this regular season.
So O'Connor, Casey, his first 3 carries went for a total of -2 yards. His last 3 have went for 64.
What a game, Dave. What a game. Truly incredible.
So, 28-yard touchdown run by O'Connor. First points for the Braves here in the second half. Extra point is up, and the extra point is good. Shamokin area has recovered the onside kick.
No way, folks. Unbelievable. Shamokin.
Wow.
Gets the onside kick. Unbelievable. Oh, if you're a Mount Carmel fan, you have to be beside yourself right now.
So we're going to stay at this one as O'Connor has scored with 4:11 left at 61-28. I don't think we're going to see an extra point. An extra point, an onside kick here, Casey, in this game.
That would be an interesting choice.
So,
boy, they should do a lot of time to get set up.
okay.
Oh, yeah. My goodness.
So, we still have 4:11. It feels like it's been 4 minutes and 11 seconds since the extra point.
It has been.
As DePhillips
Holy crap.
picks it off. It's going to be taken at the
A little bit of a mystery.
11-yard line by Gavin Brown. Takes it out to about the 20.
We'll see here if Southern Columbia and Jim Roth are able to run out this clock, leading 61-28, a running clock here, under 4 minutes to go. After the game, Dave will go down onto the field to conduct some post-game interviews for his articles he'll be writing in a very short amount of time.
Don't remind me.
Check him out in the News Item and Press Enterprise. Tomorrow, I'll stay here to bring you the post-game stats.
We got him. So, Shamokin area just completed a long pass down to the 10-yard line.
Yeah, let's make it. Yes, I don't know how many timeouts they have. I don't know. It doesn't say on there.
Joe Williams in that quarterback for the Tigers. Hands the ball off to Checo. Checo takes it from the 21 out to the 35 for a pickup of 14.
Yeah, nice run there from the freshman Checo. Good burst of speed as he saw the hole that his line was able to get him and picked up a nice gainer.
Shamokin area, first and goal from the 10. Tigers have a first and 10 from the 35.
5 down. Hold that up. The circle.
Tigers letting the play clock run down here. Ball's at the 35.
First down.
First and 10 of the 35.
Handoff goes to Gavin Brown. He's out to about the 40. He's going to step out of bounds near the 41. Pickup of 6 for Brown.
Ball 2.
So to bring up 2nd and 4 here for the Tigers with 2 minutes left.
Got it. Got it.
As Shamokin area has just taken a 26-21 lead with 16 seconds to go in regulation. Wow.
Down to their final play, they came back and got it done, Dave.
Needed the onside kick after being stopped on the 2-point conversion. Hand off to Trometer. Trometer's got a first down out to the 50. Pickup of 9.
Nice run there by Traumer. And with that one, Dave, I think that should realistically do it here from this one. See if Coach Ropp elects to take one more knee and call it a night.
Yeah.
Giving us an update on that Shikellamy High School.
So ball's at midfield.
It's been recovered. Who's left and down by 1.
Handoff to Checo. Checo's going to be leveled at midfield.
Oh.
So Tigers are going to have to run one more play here.
So Williams will take one more step.
Williams just takes a knee, and that's going to do it. Final in this one. Southern Columbia 61. Shikellamy 28.
It's the final from Shikellamy. Southern Columbia defeats the Shikellamy Braves by a final score of 61-28 in a very entertaining first half of football that saw 4 touchdowns scored for the Tigers, 3 for the Braves, some back and forth action with the Braves passing attack looking lethal. Southern Columbia on the ground game was outstanding all night.